Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Barrens Chat podcast. I'm Saad, and with me today is my co-host Guck. This is a podcast about World of Warcraft by two guys who play it. Guck, this is it, dude. We're 1 week away.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think that next week, it's all going to change. Everything is going to be turned on its head. The focus in World of Warcraft is going to go from retail to classic.
I'm so excited for Classic that I skipped my last two retail raids. My guild actually killed Mythic Savara, which is awesome, but I haven't been going because I'm just so into Classic that playing retail just makes me depressed.
The unfortunate thing about that, since you guys have Savara, you can pretty much bet on Radiance going down and probably also Behemoth, so you may want to see if you can snatch a spot on the raid team before it's not too late. Because it just seems like those bosses are free if your guild can get Savara down. But man, I don't even care. I got on today, I ran a +10, and I was thinking about other things that I could do with my monk, and I just don't care. I don't care about retail right now. The only thing on my mind is not just vanilla, but Mulgore. I'm thinking about Mulgore, I'm thinking about the Barrens, I'm thinking about Dead Mines, I'm thinking about fucking everything, dude. It's crazy. Ragefire Chasm, everything is almost here.
Yeah, and the only thing, it doesn't concern me, but is the overpopulation of the servers that Blizzard's been talking about. I'm not worried about it. I expect a queue on night one, but a lot of the guys that, we plan on playing with are like, oh, we should switch servers. I'm like, no, I'm not switching.
No. So we can't switch. Okay, so first of all, everyone is going to go through some sort of queue to get in on the day of release. If you plan on playing the moment they open up Classic, you should be expecting to wait regardless of your server. Now, obviously, Herod's going to have a very long wait time, but the wait time, I think, is nothing compared to the amount of time I'm about to sink into Classic. It's just going to be so negligible. Even if it's a 20-minute wait, let's say it's a 20-minute wait, I'm going to get in and tab out, do something for 20 minutes, I don't know, get food, get water, get set up so that I can sit down at my computer and just rot, and then play. And then the amount of time I'm going to play is going to make the 20-minute wait time seem so insignificant. And the benefit of waiting, that only means that you're actually fighting other people for a spot on that server, and that is what an MMO needs to be like.
Yep, and honestly, the queue time is one of those things, this is why they made layering, so it's not like you're going to not be able to log in that night because people are just going to be grinding away all night. The layering exists specifically to limit the queue times, right? So, I mean, will we see maybe a small queue in Phase 2 after layering goes away? Yeah, maybe, but that just means that there's a lot of people on the server. I mean, we've done a lot of homework on the server too, and per the Discord, it looks like it's about 50-50 Horde Alliance, which is awesome. I've been reading guides, I've been on Reddit, I'm just so into Classic and everything that this community is going to have and the gameplay that is ahead of us. I can't wait. I'm so bored playing any other game on my PC that I've literally gone to just console games. I'm playing Spider-Man right now on PlayStation. I'm just
God.
it's misery.
Yeah. The Classic waiting room is real. It has when people got into the beta and that was everyone's focus on Twitch for a while. Oh shit. When everyone got into the beta and everyone's focus on Twitch for a while was Classic WoW, that was when I think mentally a lot of people switched over into this kind of Classic WoW waiting room mentality. And for me, I think I held off on it for a little while, but dude, this week especially, it is Classic waiting room time. I am just trying to find games to take my time and focus away from the fact that I'm not playing Classic, because I want to play Classic so bad.
Yeah, I went on the character creation screen today, and I took a screenshot of my keybinds on my retail thing, and I figured, hey, I can get into character creation, I can set my keybinds up so I'm already ready to go. Nope, can't set keybinds yet. All you can do is update your graphics settings, so I'm a little depressed about that. But my add-ons for the first night are squared away, and as I keep getting deeper into uh, classic, I'll obviously add to the add-ons. Some of the add-ons like DBM that says it's for classic, I looked at all the folders and they're all Battle for Azeroth in retail folders, so I haven't downloaded that yet. But I'm pumped up. I think night one is just going to be everything I expect and more. There's going to be a queue time. It's going to be frustrating for a short while, and then I'll get in and play. I'd like to get at least an RFC done first night. I hope.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. I mean, obviously, running Horde, we are gonna be competing with, I think, about an equal spread on our server. Last I've checked, the R Herod subreddit put out a census, and that census was, I think, responded by almost 4,000 people, and it was a very close split. I think the difference was 0.02% Horde and Alliance. The Herod Discord server, in order to gain access to different channels and crap like that, you have to choose either Alliance or Horde. That also has a very even 2,000 and 2,000 split at the moment. Let me double check that. Yeah, 2,500 Horde, 2,400 Alliance. That's very close. And again, this being the Discord, it's not an accurate representation of the entire server, but we're going to be dealing with a highly populated, a fairly distributed population with a lot of people who are basically saying that Herod is going to be the premier classic experience. I think in one case it will be where it's not going to be tainted by a lot of other things. Obviously, the streamers are all on Fairlina. There's a lot of South American containment going on in, I think, Thalnos. But regardless, the Herod server is going to be full, just chock full of private server neckbeards who've been playing classic WoW for over a decade. So I don't think it's going to be exactly the classic WoW experience that these people are advertising it as. It's going to be a competitive, active, alive classic WoW experience, but I don't think it's going to be the same as it was back then.
Yeah, and another thing too is like that. I think it speaks for itself that this Discord server for the server that we're playing on has 5,000 people on it. That's 5,000 dedicated people that obviously are taking the game somewhat serious. They're invested in this game at any rate. So that just means that the activity on the server will be more lively as opposed to a lower pop server where maybe you have a couple hundred dedicated people. Like, I mean, the server's going to have 5,000 people that are really into it, and not everybody's on Discord. Obviously, it's probably a small percent of the population that have signed up for it. So it's still, I think, really cool and really exciting to look forward to.
Yeah, I don't know how small of a percentage the Discord represents. I think it's probably at least half, right?
Yeah,
I would say probably 50% of people get into their Discord.
maybe. I mean, I just think right. I found the Discord because I went on the forums. Right, how many people go on the forums, and you can find it in Reddit too. But how many people go on Reddit? Right, it's probably a small population of the WoW player base that pays attention to the community forums and Reddit. I would say.
Yeah, the only issue is you need a place like the forums or the Reddit to post the initial Discord invite link, like a public invite link to get people into it to begin with. But yeah, I mean, after that point, I'm the type of person that will use maybe a specific Reddit community to get into the Discord, and then after that point, I'm not checking that Reddit. I'm going to get all my news, my updates, my content from the Discord.
Yeah, I think what I'm most looking forward to is how soon I see the first drama post in the Herod Realm forum. I think that'll be really cool because it's going to happen night one. Somebody's going to get pissed off about something and just throw somebody on blast on the forums. I think a little bit of drama is definitely good for the WoW community. It makes browsing those forums and seeing those people's names that post on there that much cooler. Also makes killing them that much cooler if they're on the opposite faction.
Yeah. So me personally, I am not excited for the drama posts where it's mostly going to be people complaining about the server. Like, if you're complaining about having a queue time to get in to play a massively multiplayer online game, and you're essentially complaining that the MMO that you're playing is too massive. There are too many people playing this game.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, you got to reconsider like the games that you're playing and why you want to play those games.
Yeah, the queue time complaints I could care less for. I won't even acknowledge those. They will
But
exist.
the drama that you're talking about with people just like putting some specific individual on blast for something that they did in a specific zone at a specific level, it's like all those details pointing out and getting people focused on this individual. It's kind of scary because you would never want to be on the receiving end of it, but that's a part of the classic WoW community.
Yeah, and you won't see that in retail, like pretty much ever. So I think that is something unique that Classic is bringing back, and it's awesome.
One thing I want to interject before we get too far off this topic, I just remembered they are going to be keeping right-click reporting. So how do you think right-click reporting is going to tie into guild drama? Are people just going to like, let's say you're a kind of small-time streamer on Herod. Is your community going to mass right-click report someone that, didn't trade you an item that they got? Or, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, I think the right-click reporting is probably more so for the, the shit posting that you see on retail.
What are the options right now? Name, language, and cheating?
Yeah, which is, like, weird. Like, why isn't there a spam one in there? I guess because, like, people who spam like their guild recruitment and trade would get reported, and that wouldn't be like very good. But I guess like when I see boosts for like money, like if somebody's selling a mythic 10 and they're on a 120, and like I don't report them, but like when I see a level 1 advertising a boosting service, I always report it for cheating. So I mean, maybe that's what it's for.
Yeah, I think that layer of human discretion is, it's important, right? Because if we have a system where you can mass right-click report, there needs to be human discretion, like, to stop abuse of that system.
Yeah, there will be abuse, but I don't think it'll be that bad. I hope it won't.
Another thing that I want to clear out, we're playing Horde, but I have a very strong feeling about this. If you are talking in chat and you're Alliance and you say, I need 2 more people for DM, everyone knows what you're talking about, especially considering how fresh the server is. If I'm playing Alliance, which I don't know if I will, I might play Alliance on one of the other servers or something like that. If I see people call it VC, I don't take them.
That's all I've called it my entire WoW life. VC. I've never called it DM.
How? Okay. Yeah, I get it. It's his last name, but it's called the Dead Mines, and it's DM is Dead Mines for like 4 levels, and then no one says DM until late game when it means Dire Maul.
Yeah. So when I started playing WoW in 04, I initially played Horde, and then when I switched to Alliance, I was cruising through Westfall, and people were always in general chat in Westfall, it was blowing up, looking for group VC, and I was like, what the hell is VC? Because as a Horde player, my first Horde character, I leveled to like 40 something, so I out-leveled that, and I was just like, what the hell is this? So I whispered to somebody, and they were like, oh, Van Cleef, and I was just like, oh, okay, like, what level do you have to be? And it was like, whatever, I think it's like 17 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like 15,
you can
17.
get in at like 15. It's probably like a 15 through 20 instance, say. And so I went in, and I was like, oh, this is called the Dead Mines. And then, like, everybody always called it Van Cleef, so I never, like, thought, like, DM. And I didn't put 2 and 2 with Dire Maul together until literally the announcement of Classic and people started talking about it. So it's always been VC to me.
Oh, my God. This what is this? I know it's like there's so many fucking other things where it's like these people believe it's this way, the other people believe it's that way, and they're both right, but they're just gonna argue for the sake of arguing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that is one of my favorite early game dungeons. I think the Dead Mines
it's a
is
phenomenal
awesome.
instance.
Yeah. I really hate Wailing Caverns, but at the same time, Wailing Caverns is so big and there's so much XP in there, and like you get the what's the set called? It's not the Defias set. It's something else. There's like a leather set in there that's really cool. You get a pretty decent staff in there if you're a caster. So like out of the quest, it's really like I'm really looking forward to running these low level dungeons. Like RFC, I'm not a huge fan of. I'll probably run that a couple times just to get away from, the massive herd of people going through Duratar. But I'm just so pumped and I'm so ready for this. I have my strategy ready for making gold. So if you're on Herod, I'm going to pick up tailoring very early. And if you're in the Duratar area, you can hit me up for 6 slot bags, your mats, and I'll just make them for you. 50 copper a piece.
What a guy.
Yeah, 50 copper a piece. I'll be like rich.
So we're gonna be mostly duo leveling this, right? I think it's gonna be you and I.
Yeah. So I mean, there's like a lot of people. Like a couple of the guys we're playing with. One of them's going like away for a work trip for like 3 weeks, and he won't be back. And he has like his duo partner who has like sworn a pact to not level while he's away. And I'm just like, yikes, dude, that's a long time. So, but
yikes, dude. What you should do is you should level one toon and then save one for when your duo partner's back.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying like if I'm at work and you're up to like wait for me. Like if you're within like 3, 4, 5 levels of me, then we're probably pretty good. We can still run dungeons and get shit done. So I would say go at your own pace, but I'll try to make sure you don't outlevel me. I cleared it with my wife the other day. I was just like, hey, listen, like I'm gonna be a complete degenerate for like a week. Like you're not gonna like talk to me. And she's just
Hell
like,
yeah.
And she's like, okay. She's like, well, she's like, do you care if I go out tonight then? And I was like, yep, go ahead. So she went out. Like we were pretty even. She actually won $700 at the casino. Way to go. And
there we go. Hell yeah.
And so she went out, I left her alone, I took care of the kids, and now I'm good to go. Like, next week is my week. And from Monday evening to Sunday, it's game time. So, pumped about that.
That's fucking crazy. Monday evening to Sunday. So we're going to have the, like, late nights and a full weekend before, like, you get your fatherly and husbandly duties back. That's awesome.
Yeah, ideally... I don't know how realistic this is, but by the second Tuesday, so about 2 weeks in, I would like to have a character at 60. And I was reading a lot of posts, too, that says, like, if you're smart, if you want to have another alt or two at level 60, you'll get them there during Phase 1. Because in Phase 2... the honor system comes out and there's no battleground, so that you're just going to be feed for the geared level 60s that are just going to shred everybody.
Herod especially. That honestly, that is the people who complain about Herod aren't complaining about the right things. If you want to complain about Herod, you have to be concerned about day 1 of phase 2, where every level 60 is camping the flight points, they're camping bridges, they're camping choke points, they're camping everywhere, in specific low-level quest zones. It's going to be hell on earth when Herod, if it's, incredibly overpopulated, stacked with hardcore neckbeards, that day that phase 2 opens, you do not want to be on a low-level character. You have to be level 60.
Yeah, well, I think...
level at night, in the dark, away from everyone, like, you do not want to be seen in phase 2.
I think in order to be worth honor, you have to be like probably level 51-ish in that ballpark for level 60. So, if you're not in the 50s, you're probably okay. But like if you are in the 50s and you're in those level 50 questing hubs, just be prepared because you're going to get dumpstered, you're going to get corpse camped, and it's not going to be fun. So I think you have a few months to wait for that, but that is... everybody's gonna start their rank 14 grind at the start of phase 2. So
Yeah. My plan, since Sod, you're gonna still be working, I'm gonna main my warrior, and I'll keep the warrior at your level until this first week is over, and you have to go back to doing shit. After that point, I'm gonna try to keep, I think, my rogue. I'm not sure, either the rogue or the warlock, up to what our level then is, and then I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna start playing my warrior solo, because obviously I want to get that to level 60 the fastest, and then keep my rogue at whatever level that we are at.
yeah,
Assuming that I have that kind of time. If not, I'm just going to go crazy on the warrior.
yeah. I mean, we'll see. Obviously, I'm still gonna work the whole week, but like, I'll be around and I'll be leveling, and I am going to get my mage to 60 as soon as possible. Ideally by the second reset, and then I've actually gone back and deleted like a character, like two different characters, and made new ones. So we'll see what I stick with, but right now I have a warrior and a warlock as my two alts that are created and saved. So see what happens with that. I'm just so pumped for this. I know a lot of people that we have played with in the past that are coming back and playing, retail, not retail, classic on Herod, and we'll see if they stick with it. And we've made the decision to not start a guild, which I think was a good decision because it didn't really work out in Battle for Azeroth, and trying to get 40 people together sounds like a headache. So we'll be looking for a guild on Herod to at least level with and see what happens there. Maybe make some new friends.
Yeah. We would never be able to get, like, the guild that we had in BFA was almost entirely bros, and that's just totally unobtainable in a 40-man setup. So, and that is with everyone playing. So not everyone's going to be playing. Not everyone's going to get to max level. I would say something that we should be clear about for all of our peeps. If you plan on getting max level, you should do it on Herod, because that's going to be where the most max level of our friend group's characters are. So that's where I would leave it.
Yep, for sure, 100%. And I will have an alliance tune at some point. I don't know if I'll ever get it capped. That's like a lot of work, but I will level alliance. Maybe I'll just play on the streamer server just to see how it is. But
yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm so beyond excited for this in like retail. Like, I haven't gone to a raid since last week. I probably won't go this week, and I'm definitely skipping next week. So retail as of right now is just dead to me.
Yeah. I'm honestly shocked that I got in today and got my plus 10 done. But I mean, there you go. Did it. Any other closing thoughts? What do you got today?
No, I'm just getting ready for launch night. We'll see how it goes. I think we'll talk more about it next week and what our expectations are for opening night. We're just under 1 week away, so as we're recording this, so let's get ready. Classic's coming. Do your prep, and I'll see you guys in Azeroth.